Hi, welcome to the first of 2 or 3 videos regarding the mixer. This is just some basic mixer functionality that I'm going to explain to you now. Okay, we'll start with what you can see here. The mixer split up into 3 sections. Left hand side here, see this line here, and there's also one here. So to the left of this line is the inputs. You can see that one kind of bouncing up and down as it hears my voice. So left section is the inputs, over here's the outputs, and the section in between are the tracks that you've created in the project window. The next section that I'll show you is this part here. I'll go into all of these in more detail in a later video, but basically these are hide and view sections. If I want to hide the audio channels, I can click that and they're gone. If I want to hide the input channels, I can click that and they're gone. Output, click that and they're gone. And everything in between, instrument tracks, rewire channels, etc, etc. What you can also do is say that you want to have a mixer set up that just shows you the audio track. So we can hide the inputs, hide the outputs, and then this little plus sign here, if you click on that, we can call this audio only. Okay, that. So now if I bring these back in, if I come to here and select audio only, there we go. Now if I want, you can have hundreds of these. So if I want to have one that just shows me my inputs and outputs, ins and outs, okay, that. Bring the audio back in, come back to here, select ins and outs, there we go. Audio only, there we go. And these can all be assigned to shortcuts as well, but that's in another video. Okay, the next thing we've got is, if you can see this section here, on the input channel, you have the input gain. You have to use shift to turn these so that you don't use it accidentally. Be aware, it is very, very powerful and it makes things extremely loud, so be careful and you can damage your ears. Here we've also got the input phase, which is particularly handy if you've got, say you've got 2 microphones coming in on the one channel. One of the mics might be out of phase. Click that and it should repair that issue for you. This section here shows you whether or not the channel is stereo or mono. So if I come up here and add an audio track, make it a mono track, click OK, see here, mono, stereo, stereo, stereo. Okay, now above this section you have the input and the output of said channel. So if I create an instrument track and I just use a VST, as you can see here, you can't see the input because it's a MIDI input, but you can see the output, so you know that that's going to the stereo output. The output can be changed depending on how many outputs you've set in the VST connection section. Now the mixer itself has 3 physical sections. The mixer can be opened a couple of ways. You can hit F3, brings the mixer up, or you can come up to devices, and depending on what version of Cubase you've got, depends on how many mixer settings you've got. Like if you've got SE, for instance, you've only got 1. And basically what this allows you is you can have multiple mixers open at any one time. So for instance, I can have this one set to audio only, I can have this one set to ins and outs only, I can have this bottom one set to everything. It's up to you. Normally I just use the one. These buttons here show you the other 3 sections. So if I push the up button, it brings up a more detailed look at what's going on each channel. Now that's your inserts, which are directly related to this. Sends are related to this section here. You can have EQ shown a couple of ways, and you can have your surround panels up there if you want. You can have studio sends there if you like, all sorts of things. I will be going into all of this in more detail. And again, what's happened is, if we take that back down, you'll notice that this section jumps above the new section, so there it's there. So that's, and if I do that, we've only got the two sections. So I'll show you all three sections of the mixer. So this section here that shows you the tracks, this section here that shows you the mixer functionality, and then if we use this bit here, shows you the main ins and outs. On the mixer, you can change the names here, so you can change the colours. It's up to you. I'll just explain a little bit more about this routing. Say you've got anywhere on the mixer, if you right click, you can add tracks. If you hold down Alt on the inputs, you'll get a fader. Makes it a bit easier. So let's say we had a group channel, something I will explain later on. They're great for drums. Say you've got like 8 drums and you just want to control the whole level of all the drums. I'll show you what I mean. So right, let's say this was 4 drums. If I come up here, go to the output, I tell it I want to go to group 1. I do that for all 4. And then say I've got a drum mix here. And I want to control, so at the moment anything that's on those channels will be you can mix the actual levels here and it'll all be getting routed to the audio. Let me just import some audio to show you what I mean. Okay, I've got some audio here on all 4 channels, so let me just mute them. Sorry, take the volume down. I'll just press play. Okay, so I'll just say I was doing a little bit of mixing of volumes. Okay, as you can see, the audio from the audio tracks is being routed into the group. Now if I was to change that, so as you can see there's nothing going to the group at the moment. So if I route that to the group, okay, so let me turn it back up. So I've mixed the audio here, but the group controls the audio of everything. So say I want to just bring them in a little bit, big bit, take them out, whatever. Again, I'll go into this in more detail in other videos. I just wanted to show you that so you understood it. Okay, that's basic mixer 1. Thanks for watching.